Здравейте на всички, добре дошли в 99-ти епизод на Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, поредичката ми. Продължаваме откъдето бяхме стигнали, само че аз влязох в кейпа и директно активирахме тази кът сцена, където при нас пристига Hand of the Inheritor. Това се развива точно след като минахме сватбата в предишния епизод, всъщност предишния Level Up епизод. Така че започваме от тук. The Hand of the Inheritor's voice is full of sorrow. Champion, I have come to speak of important matters. This war is claiming the lives of countless mortals. Each of us warriors of heaven regret that we cannot part the skies, descend to Glorian as shining host, and deliver you from evil. The natural order demands that forces of heaven do not intervene. Only a few, such as myself, can engage in this battle. But even these few can do much good. We may not be shining host, but even a handful of angels is a force to be reckoned with. So tell us how we may help. Shall we arm ourselves with swords and fight beside your warriors? Or shall we bestow power upon your priests? We shall gladly do everything we can, so long as it does not upset the world order. Why doesn't the heavenly host in all its splendor descend to Glorian? Such are the laws of the universe. We may fight evil elsewhere, but we must not invade the material plane. The same is true for all the other powers. If we violate this prohibition, the other forces will follow, leading to a war 1,000 times more terrible than this one. The Abyss, Abaddon, Axis, Heaven, and all other planes would invade the material plane so they will not fall behind their rivals in claiming mortal souls. That war would shatter reality itself. What exactly do you suggest? We can answer the calls of your wizards and priests. If your servants use magic to summon us, we will come and fight for you. If they ask us for power, we will gladly share it and teach them arcane arts that will protect and strengthen your army. Heavenly Host Ritual. Summons 2 plus mythic rank moving devils to the target army. Седем дена recovery time. А другото? Unlocks the Storm of Justice. All units in the target army take mythic rank damage. Additionally, evil creatures take mythic rank demons and that take така. Grand their units take. Grand tier units take. Bolt of Justice. Deals magic damage to the target unit. Deals magic damage to target unit. Demon and undead units receive damage other units. Така, this is a divine spell. Spell-like ability. All generals learn Bolt of Justice. 26 енерджи взима това нещо, обаче прави някакъв много тежък демидж. Така, а Storm of Justice е скилче, което използваме на картата. Така. Тук Heavenly Host ни дава 2 плюс Mythic Rank. Значи 6 до тук. 6 Moving Devils. Тези типове какви са? Ние не ги ли призоваваме точно тия? 161 кръв, 23 power. Нещо ми е познато това нещо. Мисля, че си призоваваме такива. Значи по-добре да вземем бъфовете и магията. May the angels bestow power upon our priests. It shall be done. May our gift bring strength to your warriors. Deliver them from danger and grant your victory in this war. Значи така всичките ни генерали получават магия. Плюс това, че ние можем да разцепиме някаква противникова армия с една магия, която зарежда 7 ден. Мисля, че това е много по-добрия вариант, отколкото да призоваваме Heavenly Host. Обаче знаете ли какво? Аз не разбрах този Heavenly Host, ние като го призовеме дали си тръгва. Защото така веднъж пък на 7 дена може да си натруфваме армия. А това in the long run. Добре, да взели сме решение. Ние имаме как да си призоваваме Angel is waiting in audience. Да, това го направим. Имаме как да си призоваваме неща, така че за момента мисля, че няма нужда. Ето го, Heaven Warriors. И то ще си призоваваме 5 Novanik Дейва за 80 Energy Point. А това веднъж на 7 дена щяхме да можем да си каснем, за да получаваме. Въпросът е дали остават тези деви или изчезват. Щяхме да можем да имаме много такива. Нищо, вече взехме магиите. Как ти да е? Нека да са магиите, така и двата ни генерала ще имат възможност да са по-здрави. Пък да, ще имаме по-малко ангели в армията, ама нищо. Та магия пък е някаква много мощна. Та и двете магии всъщност са много мощни, така че мисля, че беше по-добре избор все пак. Въпреки, че и другото не е лошо, особено ако ангелите в крайна сметка остават, защото ако не остават, тогава е глупо. Така, ние сме арестнати и трябва да пътуваме на някъде. То всъщност има ли на къде да пътуваме? Аз в общи линии май нямам какво да правя, освен да... Армиите ход имат ли? Не. Армиите нямат ход. Трябва да биеме две армии. О, тия са лесни. Ще ги пръснем. Тия ме притесняват обаче, защото са много... А тия големите гадини са много гадни. Ще видим как ще ги бием тях. Добре, но аз в такъв случай какво да направя сега? Ето тук има нещо. Да слеземе нататък. Още няма ход армията. Оп. Лошите заиждат. Така. Аз сега трябва да спра и тази армия, така че идваме насам. Цък. Правим едно сейфче преди да се сбиеме с лошите. И почвам. Accepted. Те започнаха вече да ни правят някакви галости. Аз съмъннаха Swarm. Гадните гадини. Locust Swarm. Bolt of Justice. 26 Energy. Това е много. Сега, аз ви се направя и Scorching Ray. Видим как ще им се отрази на тия. О, я. Много хубаво им се отрази всъщност. Така, я да понамалиме сега тук лошите. Така. О, я. Те сме ги убили. Няма как. О! Айде. Само една магийка използвахме без жертви, баца, честито. Въпросът е дигнахме ли лево? Май сме далеч от лево. Ме ми се иска тук вече с всеки бой да дигаме лево, но трудна работа. Така. Има към другата армия. Много успешно. Така. Сега, тук мисля, че ще успеем да стигнем и до тези. Аз мисля пак да сейвнем, защото аз ще ги пробвам да ги бия, но дали ще можем да ги бием вече, това е съвсем отделен въпрос, който аз не съм сигурен, че ще успеем да се справим. То даже не стигнахме до там. Ужас. Така, какво стана сега тук? Preachers. Inspired Priests. Рекрутмента за 20 дена. Да. 7 дена в СОВ. 20 дена имаме рекрутмент. Супер. Ще видим как ще го направим това. Тук трябва да изчакаме за Senior Commanders. С това имаме 6 дена да чакаме тия неща, обаче лидършипа ще се освободи сега след малко. Ами значи ние опитуваме тогава всъщност. По-точно си губиме времето, така да се каже. Леко бавно се придвижваме към мястото. Опаля! Те даже направо не ни чакат, бат. Направо ни нападат. Нищо, ние сега ще им направим пръс. Култист мейджове. Тия май не е добре да ги оставям живи, а? Право ги убивам. Имаме достатъчно ход тук за да ги убием и тия със стрелци. Реално. Лесна работа. Сега че дигнахме лево, или не? Не, пак не сме дигнали лево. Ехтам се ви. Така, обаче армиите ни имат ход. Трябва да направим сейфче и пробваме да биеме тази огромна гадна демонична армия. Я да видим се обаче, аз мога ли да им направя това нещо? Как се правят тия магии? Това мога да си го направя на мене си. Те. Как да им го... Ооо! Май стана. Ма не сме ми направили много демидж, бе. Даже съм малко разочарован. Сега тук трябва да се случи това нещо. Така. Двете стрелци са почти чао. Много не направиха прах тук. Не ни се получи магийката както трябва. Идеята е тук защитата да... Аз мога да направя друго. Тия конници имат ход до края на картата. Намалят другите стрелци, примерно. Ау. Моите хора няма да имат ход до там. Мале! Това не беше хубаво. Чакайте сега. Това трябва в момента да убия нещо. Тия арчери са прецакани, тия не са толкова много. Тая кавалерия е адски силна. Не, тия определено не мога да ги бия. Тия са адски много. Аз направо нямам какво да им правя. Значи дори само конниците им не спират, честно казвам. Останахме без всеки войници. Да. Тези се разпаднаха, ние само конницата не мога да убиваме. Интересно. Аз си мисля, че убивахме някакви неща миналия път, като се бихме. Може би този път нещо нямахме много късмет. Добре, я да пробваме само още едно нещо. Най-вероятно няма да мога да ги бием тия, обаче сега искам да изпробвам нещо. Да видим. Дали ще ни се получи. Така, тук другия вариант е пък да хванем тези. Да ги конфюзнем. То се тая принцип. Той. Сега ако убием кавалерията. А те лошите е пострелно. Тя кавалерията сега като дойде пак ни убива паладините. Там няма какво да стане. 500 садски много. И сега мисълта ми беше да им метна един холи бомб. Не, както и да го мисля, няма да стане. Това колко демидж ще им направи? Това няма да им направи никакъв демидж. Само 108, даже не им прави Breath of Life. Много да трудно. Това даже не знаем колко ще убие. Добре, да. Ако в крайна сметка го метна е това нещо. 49-120. И те пак ги превзимат, и тия пак ми убиват всичко. Ау! Добре, няма как да стане. Бре. Значи за тия ще ни трябва много армия. За да ги биеме. Добре, в такъв случай тази армия се връща нагоре. И така, да. Тези тук още нямаме силата да ги спреме. Трябва да им много демидж да му се навиди. Аз това не съм го използвал сега, не така, да. За сега тези ги оставяме на мира. Тук сега какво трябва да се случи. Аз по принцип Полура с фол и трябва да дойдем насам. Тези мога да ги бия. О, дигнали сме лево. Супер. All units in the army have plus 3 saving throws per level of defeat. All spellcasting units plus 2 to AC and damage. Magical reserves. The general has 15 bonus energy per level of defeat. Protective wards. Имаме penetrating strike. Каквото и да това. Окей. Така, сега искам да скачим насам, за да видя дали насам може да се ходи вече. Намерили сме Broken Card. Можем да ходим обаче с героите. Значи аз хубаво да се насоча в тази посока в такъв случай. Broken Card. Добре. Тук трябва да се върнем. Може да останем в форта. Ма не, по-добре да се... Аз ще се върнем в форта за сега. После ще умислим. Така. Добре. Сега героите трябва да пристигнат тук. Първо да видим какво искат от нас. Senior Comrades е готово. Какво можем да построим сега? Какво можем да пуснем да се прави? Preachers. 7 дена to resolve. Друго. Glory to the Heroes не ни трябва. Експериментите на Зантир със сигурност не ни трябват. Preachers. Правим. И сега какво? 5 дена, 5 дена, 7 дена. Добре. 5 дена трябва да се минат. Тук трябва обаче да направим арест. Monster Casserole, не. Трябва ни... Как се каже? Glowing... Не. Fish on stick, не. Е това нещо. Cheese, кростата. Защото че пътуваме много, така че.
That always attracts weak people who need to latch on to someone else. Don't do them any favors and don't seek them out.
Аз очаквах, че директно ще продължим. Така. Тук със сигурно няма да има нищо. Но как ти да е? Дали ми е тъпо в момента? Много. Така. Сега, къде мога да се... Аз мога да се телепортирам в града и от града да пристигнем насам. От друга страна аз трябва да чакам 5 търна. Колко време ще ми отнеме до тук? 2 дена и 19 часа. Ще ги пропътуваме колко време. Ще правим арест. Тъйно, ще става. То пък ние веднага се изморихме така. Ама чакайте бе, моите армии имат ход тук колкото си искаш. И аз пропускам възможности. Гледай. В момента искам да пътувам нагоре. Даже сега ще получиме още армия. Всъщност. Така. Този епизод ще бъде само за армия и за войници. Какви стия, бе? Бандитс. Монгрел шарпшутери. Добре. Купувам всичко аз. Тези всичките тръгват към тази армия насам. направо ги причисляваме. За жалост, дори с тази армия пак няма да успеем да бием тия долу. Така че... Да, са тук. Да купим ли 41 Монгрел Шарпшутъра? Мисля, че на втората армия и трябва, така че и купим. Ще направим search. Hedge Knights. Ето ги тези Hedge Knight-ове, за които говорите. Мале 11 000. Стига. Добре, аз мога ли да ги видя какво правят? Имат Critical Strike. Unit has 20% chance to deal 150% damage. С Critical Hit. Добре, трябва да се призная, че те изглеждат доста добре. Тия какви са? Church Guards. Що нямам от тях? Може би трябва да построя нещо. Chaotic Neutral Cavalry Unit, Mercenary Unit. Chaotic Neutral. Бая демидж, сравнително окей са. Имат Critical Strike, което ме кефи. Добре. Я да видим сега тогава. Всъщност първо тези идват насам. И се ги присъединяваме към другата армия. Идеално. Така че в общи линии имаме две силни армии. Сега искам да строя Manage. Ядвим се. Laboratory, Energy, HP for Trainable Units, AC, Stadela, Hall of Strategy. Едно бонус to Attack and Defense, двето Power to All Generals. Hall of Glory, Mass Supply Center, Engineer, Magic Guild. Training Grounds, Teleportation Circle. Pathfinder Society. Нека да построим едно Pathfinder Society. Sanctuary не ни трябва. Watchtower, Training Ground, Smithy. О, ето какво ни трябва, 675. Main Spellcaster's Lodge ми трябвало. Добре. Main Spellcaster's Lodge. Правим Church Guardове, Lord Priestове, Monks, Assassins, Witches, Bards. Church Guards, Lord Priests. Това трябва да го направим. 675 материала. Много са. Нищо, ние имаме време. Ще ги изчакаме. Тия неща да станат. Тогава ще го построим. Аз не го видях по-рано. Ако го бях видял по-рано, нямаше да построим този лодж. Нищо да е. И така става. Какво искат сега от нас тук? 335. Problem. Лан иска да говорим. Problem with 9 lives. The quartermasters brought cats to Dresden so that they would keep the stores safe from rats. Smaller demons have learned to assume the form of a cat to sneak into the city and wreak havoc. The soldiers are ready to start hunting cats, but the quartermasters are against them. Logistics experience и губиме leadership experience. Leadership experience, губиме logistics experience. Pressing of Bastet. Energy points income increases by 1. Ask the cult of Bastet for help. Absolutely. So Ciel, remembering the cult of Bastet, poorly known in Avistan, sent a few letters to Osirian. Priestess of the goddess of cats are willing to identify the demons and remain to care for the cats. Their knowledge of divine rituals will prove useful to the crusade. Много добро решение. Хареса ми. Така, значи сега това, което ще направим, отправяме се към града, за да говорим с Лан. Това е истината. Отиваме към Дрезинката. Не, няма да... Моите хора са екзостът са. Ще пробваме да ги бием на тия. Аз може би мога да ги хилна на време. Сега ще видим. За жалост няма да мога да стане. Както си го мислех това. Кой кон си ти сега? Другия. Добре.
I will resist. Surrender or else.
Мале.
You're irrelevant.
Така. Така, имаме съкебъс, който трябва да загине.
Prepare yourself.
Още някаква гадинка.
Too late for apologies.
Така ли бе, братва? Айде, чао.
You should have listened to reason.
Това пък е имунно на Lightning. Добре, интересно. Айде. Коня направо ги пръска. Така, ще хилнеме само Ненио. Защото тя не може да се движи, другите могат. Така че това е Masterwork ли да ги продам тия. Екстра, 200 голд, който ги да. И си продължаваме към града. Така че можеше да хилна всички, за да се движиме по-бързо. Даже трябваше. Защото ето сега всички пак се екзостат. Ама нищо. Трябва да видим как да стигнем с армията горе. Да видим как да биеме тия супер силните долу. Защото са толкова много тия, 750 конника, 750, ам си какво. Ние трябва да съберем огромна армия, за да ги биеме тия долу. И много тежки неща. Аз си мислех, че някакси мога да ги направим, освен да стънна конницата. Hold up, Commander. The thing is, remember how that Crusader went missing a while back and then he was found outside the city walls, disemboweled? Anivia pauses and gives you a searching look. I remember. So has the murderer been found? No, not yet. Anivia seems to scrutinize your face again and then nods to herself. But I never gave up on the investigation, even when everybody else stopped digging. I know we're at war and that people are dying left and right, but that's no reason to turn a blind eye to a crime. So that's it, Commander. Another Crusader has just gone missing. He left the barracks to come here. He would have gone past the gates. My gut tells me that the killer won't keep him alive for long. So, Commander, you need to start searching this area right now and try to find out where he's been taken. Tell me about the missing Crusader. He's the youngest son of a poor nobleman from Mendev. He's called something like Relic or Rylak. He's young, barely out of the nursery, and he decided that he was a man now, and so off to war he went. You know how it goes. Do you know who the murderer is? I don't have a clue. Nivia's answer comes too quickly, her gaze dropping before she can force herself to meet your eyes. What are you not telling me? I'm telling you the truth, and nothing but the truth. I have my own theories, sure, but nothing concrete. So it's best if I keep my mouth shut on that front. Alright, I'll search for the Crusader. Get going then. He passed the gates and took a right. Ask around, check out the buildings. Passed the gate, took a right. Check the buildings. Сега, аз знам тук, че имаме... имаме един abandoned house. Come on. Don't know anything about the Crusader, but there's an abandoned house not from here. Not far from here. Да, знам, че има abandoned house. С някой друг може ли да си говорим тук въобще? Citizen има. Не с някой, който да виждам. Тук нещо. Може би трябва да бързаме. Да не вземат да го свитнат. Abandoned House. Тук имаме Abandoned Building. Имаме и още една сграда. Това е тази къщичка тук. Добре, отиваме в Abandoned Building. Най-логично е да е в Abandoned Building. В принцип. Трябва да направя си сейф първо. Nice clothes are heaped on the floor. They were taken off in a hurry. The thick layer of dust laying untouched on the table for years has been wiped away in the middle of the table. Япа ти. Какви странни неща се случват тук. You can hear muffled sighs coming from the next room.
How lovely to see you here.
Oh shit. Hearing steps behind her, Camellia whips around and freezes. She glances at the bloody dagger in her hand, then at the dead body at her feet. Justin, how lovely to see you here, she says. Evenly, her lips quiver for a fraction of a second before settling into an unimpeccably polite smile. What's going on here?
Socorus is an ancient land. The spirits of these places have spoken to people since time immemorial, and some of those people heard them and were able to respond. The shamans of Socorus were always held in high esteem. They knew the will of the spirits, the will of the land itself. Many Kelids would come to the shamans to learn what the spirits desired in order to gain their support.
Camellia pauses, lost in memories that cannot be her own.
When the world wound opened and the demons poured into Golarion, they drowned Socorus in blood. The earth moaned as it soaked up the blood of Kelids, crusaders, and demons. The spirits drank this blood, slowly becoming deranged and turning into incarnations of madness and pain. Look what Socorus has turned into! It's an open wound on the body of Golarion. The world wound has changed it beyond all recognition. And the spirits, these poor creatures have been corrupted. Twisted by war, they moan and they howl, but only shamans can hear their senseless cries of agony.
Сега, нещо тук започват да ми се навързват нещата. Още в самото начало на играта, когато паднахме в дупката, в това, което отворите Скари, в самото начало още, и я намерихме до труп на човек. Получаваме в инвентара отрязани глави. Разбрахме, че нейният алигмент е скрит, обаче всъщност е evil, защото намерихме едно на метало, което не може да се носи от evil герои. Значи нещо не е наред с Камелия.
I am a shaman. Maria, the spirit I am bonded with, is mad and can speak of nothing but her endless hunger for blood. I give her what she asks for. I feed her the blood of crusaders.
Shit. Camellia seems suddenly to falter. Her breathing grows heavy and her pupils dilate.
The spirits of Socorus can no longer speak to shamans. All I can hear is the cacophony of their howls, screams, and laments. But there is a way to restore their sanity. by performing rituals. Bloody but effective rituals. When the untainted blood of the Crusaders cleanses the corruption that Maria fed on for centuries, the spirit will regain her sanity and I shall be able to speak to her. I shall be able to ask her advice, to find out how we can heal the world wound. Tell me, isn't this knowledge worth a handful of lives?
There is a way to restore their sanity by performing rituals, bloody but effective. Cleanses the corruption that Maria fed for centuries, the spirit will regain her sanity. Dali? This isn't your first or even your second victim, is it? How many have you killed?
Too few. Maria's hunger is still so great. Her pain cannot be soothed by a single victim. But success is within my grasp. I can feel it. It is even possible that today's victim will be the last.
Camellia lifts her chin, but she hesitates before answering. She says finally. Camellia raises her eyes, and her voice gains a hard edge. Who is she, this Mireia of yours?
Forgive me, I forgot to make the introductions. This is Maria. Or rather, this is her home. Or her prison, to call a spade a spade.
The girl removes an amulet in the shape of a bone snake from around her neck.
I caught this spirit a long time ago, and I tried for so long to speak with it. My little demented ball of rage. I felt compelled to bind it to this amulet, just temporarily, until I worked out how to help it. If I am to be fully honest, her name, Maria, is of my own devising. She is not yet able to speak to me, but I still needed a name to call her by.
The girl gently puts the amulet back around her neck. Camellia sighs sadly. Тук стана изведнъж много сложно. What exactly are you hoping to learn from this Mireia of
The
yours?
world wound cannot be allowed to poison all the lands of Golarion. The spirits of Socorus know this better even than you and I. They may know how to heal it. And if not, then perhaps they will know how to eradicate it quickly and painlessly. We're fighting against demons. It is a just cause. But imagine we win and the demons vanish for good. Do you think the world wound will vanish along with them? That it's something we can defeat with weapons? That it won't burst open again at some point in the future like an old festering abscess? I am thinking of the future of these lands, of how to heal them and restore them. Would you not agree that a few Crusaders' lives is a price worth paying?
No life is a price worth paying. Camellia shakes her head. Why do you think your method will work?
I do not think. I know. I sense things many people cannot. I can infer what the spirits want. For example, there is one spirit hanging over your left shoulder as we speak. It came to enjoy Maria's victim. Can you sense its hunger?
Camellia tilts her head to one... Как се смее, леле. Направо те побият тръпки. Camellia tilts her head to one side as though listening for something. Camellia laughs airily.
Spirits are akin to animals. You cannot bring a hungry dog to heal. You cannot stroke a hungry cat. To speak to a spirit, you must first feed it. It is not their fault that after so many years of torment, the only thing that can satisfy their hunger is blood. My ritual will work. I did not read about it in books or learn it from some wizened teacher. You could say that I invented it myself, with Maria's help. I just know that it will work, sooner or later. I can feel it.
Camelia's expression grows serious. Ле, човече, как смисъл? Who was this young man, your victim?
He's the youngest son of a noble from Mendiv. I believe his name was Rillick. a relic. I think the dolt was in love with me. He was ever so eager to come with me to this house. One hint was all it took.
Mary looks at the body in surprise as if she is seeing it for the first time. Тя съвсем не е наред. Тя
He is
може би...
of no interest to me. Maria wanted his blood, so I sacrificed him. The rest is immaterial.
Аз започвам да си мисля, че по-скоро този дух, така наречен, ако е дух въобще, защото може и да е демон, това нещо в амулета й, по-скоро подлудява нея, отколкото тя постига някакъв ефект с това да го пречисти. Не знам какво направя. Не, сигурно не е нонсенс, най-вероятно наистина има дух в това нещо. Освен ако тя не е абсолютно луда по принцип, което също е възможно. Обаче пък, ние знаем, че този амулет със сигурност е магически, защото скрива нейния лигмент. Така че по-скоро наистина има нещо в него. Обаче ако е подлудило, то какъв ни е ефект от цялата тази работа? Аз не искам да се бия с нея, бе. Нека видим какво предлага, честно казано някакси не знам. Alright, so what are you proposing?
My ritual is not yet complete. I have made the sacrifice. Now I just have to let Maria drink the blood. Will you allow me to complete the ritual?
Maria licks her lips and takes a small, almost meek step forward. Той вече е мъртъв, принцип. Какво да правим тук, брат? Complete your ritual. Swear that you will stop the killings and I will spare you this time. Swear that you will stop the killings and I will spare you this time. Да комплитнем ритуала. Възможно ли е да я редимнем нея? Как трябва да стане това нещо? Жив ужас е тук. Ако я оставим да си комплитне ритуала, аз не искам. От друга страна, той вече е загинал. По-добре поне да го направи и тогава да видим какво ще стане, ама някакси не искам да я оставям да прави такива неща, да му се не види. Какво да направим тук? Значи не искам да я нападам, макар че може и това да е някакъв вид решение. Swear that you will stop the killings and I will spare you this time. Това не ми звучи... Не ми звучи, че ще има хубав ефект накрая. Не искам да оставям тази лудница да продължава. Но мога да я оставя да си довърши ритуала. Добре, я видим какво ще стане. Може да се лоуднем после.
What a pain. But if these are your terms, then I agree.
Irritation flits across Camillea's face, but it is quickly replaced by humility.
You know, when I saw you standing there, I thought my life would end tonight, but you spared me. Thank you. I would like to speak with you a little later. Please come and see me. No need to be shy, for I have no more secrets to keep from you. Now, we should leave this place. You go first. I will follow in a few minutes.
Camilla bursts out laughing. She thinks for a moment. Само защото не искам да я убивам, обаче... Не знам. Не знам, не мога да я оставим така да... Просто всичко да си мине. Anivia stretches lazily and yawns, but her eyes are fixed on you. Well, Commander, have you solved the problem? First, tell me honestly, what exactly do you know about this crime? Crime? What crime? Anivia says with a smirk before becoming deadly serious. Listen, Commander, I was just using my brain, following certain individuals, listening to what people were saying on the street. I had my suspicions, but what are suspicions worth on their own? Nothing. I didn't have any proof. I'm not your bet. I'm not gonna go digging for the truth. Because if I dug deep enough, the Knight Commander would be down a companion. Smack bang in the middle of a war. How would that help anything? I'm not gonna be the one to scupper this crusade, so I'll be keeping my mouth shut. Nivea speaks slowly, staring into your eyes. I trust that you'll handle this in whatever way is best for the crusade. If you want to tell your bet everything, go ahead, it's your call. The problem has been solved. That's all I needed to know. Thanks, Commander. Дали? Обаче. Дали е solved? Трябва да се занимава с някакви убийци, някакви неща. Аз какво ще да правя сега? Ще да ходя да говоря с Лан, обаче пък тук имаме друга работа. Трябва да дойдем да говорим с нея. Какво ще да правя в града, бе? За Лан се прибрахме. Да говорим с него. Така се спомня аз. Чакайте сега. Тук има някакъв аркейн дрън. Чакайте да му продадем някакви. Тук имаме 200 парички. Така. Той имал някакви роби тук, не? Holy and Holy Special Quality. They can choose to give these creatures attacks. Divine power to summon a creature. Blazing Fighter. Athletics Fire Resistance. Gloves on the Ambassador. Persuasion. Плюс 2 чаризма дава това нещо. Wow. This is pretty good. Cloak of Resistance. Lesser Dueling. Gloves of Dueling. Orb of Order. Lawful it grants plus 2 on attack rolls against chaotic creatures. Само Monk може да носи това нещо. Celestial Protection. Resistance. Saving throws. Against demons. Competence bonus. Lore. Religion. Animal Fury. Thick Pet Cloak. Thick Pelt Cloak. Resistance. Plus 2 grants the wearer immunity to fire. Living Flame. Channels energy to come undead. 2 rounds they become surrounded with a fire shield. Fire shield с кровове. Добре, тук няма нищо интересно. Но всъщност имаше още един Jewelry Trader. Unliving Leadership. Persuasion grants their companion plus no bonus on all skill checks. Какво? And grants their companions. Ще това е интересен. Плюс 5 competence bonus на Persuasion. То пръстен е много як. Disarmament adds плюс 2 to the DC for all saving throws against mind affecting. Ти двете неща са много яки. Това е амулет, така ли? Амулет, това е пръстен. Какво още имаме тук? Headband, диаманти. Pure Sight. To take device on their next dispel magic. They also grant personal bonus to cast a level checks made to overcome spell resistance. Goggles of Pure Sight. Това е много cool. Амулети. Дали да си го вземе този пръстен? Аз какви пръстени съм всъщност? All allies, including the wearer, plus 2 bonus on weapon damage, saving throws against attack made or effect created by chaotic creatures. Summon monster 8 имаме тук. Ring of Protection. Аз имам много як ринг, всъщност. Ring of Summoning. Лидършипа. Това е много хубав пръстен. Много се чудя. Дава на всички компаньони плюс едно Saving Trolls, което е жестоко. Да, не имаме ли какво си говорим с него? Не е за момента. Я да видим сега Камелия. Тук с Камелия стана много сложно, защото аз нещо не искам така да се разминат нещата. От друга страна, не искам да я губим. Камелия greets you with a broad smile and licks her lips rapaciously. Demons dance in her eyes. Hello, my friend. You don't mind if I call you that, do you? I've done a lot of thinking since we last met. You had every reason to hand me over to the headsman. Yet something stayed your hand. Whatever guides you, your promise to keep my secret makes us accomplices of sorts, even friends. Shared secrets bring people closer, don't you think, my friend? She pierces you with her stare, as if she's trying to see inside your head. Tell me about yourself, with pleasure. Friends share everything. What do you want to know? How many people I've killed? Which organ is the most delicious? I'll tell you everything. Леле, това е жив ужас, бат. И ние сега трябва да си говорим с нея наново. Tell me about your life in Horgus Mansion. I have no complaints. I had everything I could dream of except freedom, which I had no need of anyway. I value security and comfort much more than the opportunity to get in trouble firsthand. I had the best fencing teachers. My mentor was a shaman from Varisia. I wore beautiful dresses and ate sumptuous meals. A rich library kept me from getting too bored. A personal garden for my walks. I even had a puppy. A little barking ball of happiness. Some might disapprove of my father locking me up in the mansion until I matured and gained control over my powers. He changed the servants as soon as they started suspecting anything. He even had steel bars installed in the windows. But I can see it was because he cared. He was protecting me from the dangers of the world, and he was protecting the world from me. Shit. Billy is the name of a flower, right? Yes, it's the only thing I have left of my dearly departed half-elf mother. Father told me that she liked working in the garden so much that she even gave her child the name of a flower. She shrugs vaguely. And there is something else I inherited from my mother, her beauty. The young woman offers the barest hint of a smile. You know what I like most about those who inherit the features of different races, like you and I? We gain the best of both worlds. By the way, before you start to pity me, I should say that I don't have the slightest affection for my mother. May her soul burn in the abyss. Аз направо, my father took good enough care of me for the both of them. Are you bored by the fact that Horgus never openly embraced you as his daughter? Why would that bother me? He took care of me and indulged my every whim. To thank him, I only had to lead a secluded life and keep my mouth shut. I understand his reluctance to claim a child born of a servant girl as his daughter. There is nothing wrong with looking after one's social status. Besides, you understand Mendevian society would hardly have accepted me, considering my peculiarities. Tell me about your connection to the spirits. I can barely remember the first time. I was just a girl back then. I only remember someone's voice in my head demanding something. I didn't even understand what it was. I was out in the garden playing with my precious puppy. I don't know how it happened, but when it was over, the puppy's head was in my hands and his body was laying at my feet. I remember seeing my father's healers and clerics for a few years, and even exorcists he brought to our house. None of them were able to drive the haunting voices from my head. This continued until the old Varisian woman came to live with us. She explained that I was fine. I was just highly sensitive to the pain of the land that we lived in. The voices in my head were not symptoms of insanity, but desperate prayers for help. Father paid her unspeakable sum, and she remained at our house, teaching me to talk to the spirits. She was a vicious crone, a nasty piece of work. She would hit me with a whip just for looking at her. She would yell at me when I failed to communicate with the spirit I summoned, and when father left for a few weeks on some errands, she locked me in the basement at night. Now I see that I terrified the old woman. Well, it was her fault. She should have taken the money and run while she had the chance. I was so happy when the spirits asked for her blood. Miri licks her parched lips. Looking into her lifeless eyes, I felt such bliss as I had never known in all my life. Why did you kill her? Surely your father would have thrown her out if you told him she was what she was doing. Camille shrugs. Perhaps. Anyway, I don't remember him being very upset when he discovered her corpse in the basement after returning home from his trip. You remember, it's fascinating. I've never seen anything like it. She rests the snake-shaped bone amulet in her palm. You like it? Beautiful, isn't it? But it's more than just an ornate trinket. It's home to one of the spirits. This spirit was so weak when I found her. She was hardly anything but a small shred of rage and madness. I locked her in the amulet, and I've taken care of her ever since. I tried to talk to her. I don't know her name, so I call her Mireia. Her spirit has been growing stronger, and she asks for more and more blood. I feel like every ritual bloodletting makes her madness subside. Just a few more and I'll be able to talk to her and find out how to heal the lands of ancient Sarkoris. Tell me about the ritual killings you've been performing. Killed to learn the will of the spirits of the land. Sarkoris was torn apart by demons, and the blood of many thousands of living creatures poisoned these lands for many years. The world wound keeps growing bigger and bigger. It's no surprise that the spirits of this place have gone mad, and endlessly thirst for more and more blood. Only when bathed in blood can they regain their senses, at least temporarily. But it will be a lie to say don't enjoy what I do. Мале, ама тя направо не си дава шанс, да му се не види. Направо почва да се замисля на село. She licks her lips hungrily. I remember all of them, every last breath, shriek and sob, every fatal stab, blood running down the blade as I pull it from a victim's heart, the taste of the drops on my tongue. Ужас. I like to watch the blood pool beneath the body as it cools. By the way, did you know that blood only flows while the heart is still pumping? That was quite a discovery for me. I opened one of my victims and watched her heart slow. Beat, 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 and then silence. You're a monster. Меко казвам. Camilla's breath grows fast and heavy and leaves her chest with a forceful rush. Her pupils are dilated and she seems to look through you, or inside you, swallowing. Camilla brushes away a strand of hair dark as night. My connection to the spirits of old Sarkoris is overwhelming. You're a monster. You may be right, but I'm your monster. Защо е? Point me at your enemies and I'll bring you their hearts. С какви неща трябва да се занимаваме в тая тук крузейдърщина? Tell me what will happen if the spirits ask you for my blood. I wonder, she says you pensively. There is only one way to find out. Seeing the suspicion on your face, Camilla lets out a short laugh. Haha, I jest of course. Haha, haha. I promise if something like that starts to happen, I'll tell you at once. I'm loyal to you. You can trust me. We're friends. Is that so? What do you think of the powers you received from me? What do you think I think of them? I love them. I've always felt special and my ability to talk to spirits is proof of that. But now I feel that I can do anything. There's someone in half, demon or human, freeze a beating heart in someone's chest with a simple look or a mere thought. With a wish, I can make the blood of a living being flow in the wrong direction. Camilla laughs throttily. It is celestial bliss, my friend. I'm grateful to you for giving it to me. Нали говорихме вече за това? Sometimes I find severed heads in my back. Is that your handiwork? What good are they to me? Camilla's voice is broken and indifferent. The moment life leaves the body now, That is exciting. In the moments that flow when the body is cooling down, rapidly losing the last of its warmth, I am filled with sweet languor. But the cold corpse that remains is just a corpse. It holds no interest for me. Ето, точно тя ни слага някакви отрязани глави в инвентара, вата. Are you still trying to learn something from the spirit in your amulet? Maria, the spirit that's locked in my amulet, is only slowly awakening. I need to give her blood to lift the shroud of madness so I can talk to her. Maria's eyes grows cloudy. Of course she's in pain, I can feel it. As you commanded, I have not fed her spirit. That's why, alas, I haven't been able to lift Maria's madness or heal the land's suffering. Не знам какво да направим с нея, наистина. Тя се е спряла да убива, ама убивала до сега, братле. Направо не знам какво да я правя. Have to go, we'll talk later. Visit me again soon, I don't want me to start missing you. Не знам какво да направим с нея. Почвам да си мисля да я разкараме. От една страна не искам да губа компаньон, ама тя наистина е ужасяващо нещо. Не знам дали ще можем да я редимнем въобще, дали ще мога да я поправим. Защото тя не търси да се поправя, тя си е... И сега въпросът е, защото мога да се лоднем. И да видим какво ще стане, ако я арестуваме. Пък от друга страна... Не знам какво да направим. Със сигурност не мога да я оставя да си пълня амулета с кръвта на добрите хора. Не знам как да го направя. Не съм сигурен дали мога да оставя така тия убийства, дето е направила, без да отговаря за тях, честно казано. Ние тък му разбрахме от наметалото, че тя е зла, ама аз не подозирах колко е зла наистина. Тя е направила ужас. Добре, дайте да се видим с Лан в... Аз затова не искам всъщност да влизам в града, защото като се видим с Лан, нали, то историята ще си продължи напред. Пък аз не съм сигурен дали искаме да продължаваме по този начин. Защото Камелия е ужас. Не знам какво да я направя. Добре, май може да я арестуваме по всяко време. Тя даже ни каза, че сме и станали съучастници. Направо ми си иска да се лодна още сега и да се разправим с нея както трябва. Дека да се видим с Лан и сложим край на епизода и ще видим. Може и в крайна сметка в следващия епизод да се лодна. Лан rubs the reptile side of his face, picking at the scales with his claw. That's it, Commander. I can't do it anymore. I'm not a chief. А той вече се отказва. Чакай, бе. What happened? I can't handle it. I thought it'd be my people crying to you, but it turns out it's me. I just don't know how to make the right decisions. Let's try to figure out how to deal with your problems. Alright, first of all, Aaron, girl from the tribe wants to marry an elf. When did they even have time to get together? It feels like I'm the only one without a love life around here. Anyway, she needs the chief's blessing. They want to be married by the laws of the tribe, but I won't do it. He's an elf. She's a mongrel. Letting them marry means dooming them to eternal misery. It's wrong. But if I don't marry them, I'll be making her miserable now. My second problem. 5 fools are so afraid of demons that they've hidden in the sewage system and refuse to come out. I tried talking to them, pointless. And I can't just drag them out. I had a plan to lure them with food, but I think they found some down there. The rats there are definitely bigger. than what we are used to. And the third problem, what should we do with the children and old people? This is a military campaign. Old people can do some household chores, but kids only get under everyone's feet. I have no idea what to do. You see, I'm not a chief. I'm probably the first person to ever ask this, but demote me, please. О, добре, това поне е забавно. Добре, първия проблем. Love is always a good thing, right? But how do you approve of marriage between an elf and mongrel? She'll be dead in 20 years or so, but he'll live for 1,000 years more. I can't in good conscience bless them. But I can't stand in the way of their happiness either. She'll be dead in 20 years, but he'll live for 1,000 years more. I can in good conscience bless them. Що да не е? Всъщност, какво значение има? Тя след като има малък, кратък живот, по-добре да е окей. Така че let them get married. They are adults and can choose their own fate. Sounds like a plan that should at least be considered. Damn it. I was hoping my problems were unsolvable. The second problem. I think maybe I should just throw a barrel of powder into the sewers and light the fuse. It's the only way to get those cowards out of there. But if I do that, then you'll get another fuse. And I don't think I'll like where you stick that one. Да ги оставяме на мира всъщност, може би. Също е добра идея. Няма за какво да ги драгваме и насилваме. Give them time. They'll get bored in the sewers and come out to see what their friends are doing. That easy, huh? But maybe it could really work. Fine, I admit. I just didn't want to think about all this. My head is spinning. Third problem. For some reason I never thought the entire tribe would come up to the surface. I only ever pictured the warriors up here. But what do I do with the rest? I guess we could use the hungry infants to deafen the enemy. They scream so loud you can hear them behind the walls of Treason. I can't think of what to do with the others. Nah, it's safe in the fortress. Let them stay for now. We'll think of something later. I'll send all those who can't fight to Nerosian. They'll be taken care of there. It's safe in the fortress, let them stay for now. I'll think of something later. I'll still worry about them, but I guess that's what it means to be chief, right? Nothing to it. Here is a lesson from one commander to another. Don't be afraid of making your own decisions, but know what you can always talk to me. Lance size. Alright, lesson learned. I'll try to be as good as you. It's not the poor folks' fault they got stuck with the most useless chief in all Golarion and maybe the adjacent place too. A chief who is extraplanetarily bad, I'd say. Нищо няма, брат. Real need. Кой? An old elf woman bows to you. She's stately despite her years, with grey strands in her She's stately despite her years, with grey strands in her carefully combed hair and a graceful figure. Real neat, representative of the Fury Dazzle and Co. trading house in Nerosian at your service. The owner hands you a business card printed in expensive paper with gold lettering. I have a formal offer for the merchants of Dresden regarding the procurement of construction materials. Това ни трябва. And a more personal matter, which I'm afraid only you can help me with. Do you want to trade here? Yes, for a while. I have product samples of what our trading house has to offer. If you need something, you will easily find me in the fortress. But to be honest, I can discuss supplies with your subordinates. What kind of personal matter? Ria looks around. I would prefer not to talk about it here. Please find me in the fortress, then we'll talk. Alright, I'll find you when I have the time. Whereabouts again? Thank you. Интересно. Нещата започват да се заформят тук. Сега въпрос е този въпрос, който ме мъчи, е какво да правим с Камелия. Сега при всички положения, само ще погледнем какво се случва тук в града. Blessing of Bastet. Това трябва да го направим. Energy Points account. Супер. Ще го направим само да получим тази възможност. 4 дена, 2 дена, 2 дена. Още малко само. Сега ние трябва да направим рест, като замисля. Но да, това ще стане. Даже няма да го записваме как става. Ще направим рест, след това ще имаме да се видим с тази трейдърката, която се появи сега. И междувременно ще помислим какво да правим с Камелия, защото нещо не ми се иска такъв чарактер тук да се движи така покрай нас и да си прави каквото си иска. Но това ще бъде всичко от този епизод. Благодаря ви, че гледахте. Надявам се да ви е било забавно. Желая всичко най-хубаво и чао-чао.